The air hung thick and heavy, a stifling blanket of heat and humidity. The four medics hacked their way through dense foliage, their green scrubs stained with sweat and grime. They were deep in the heart of the jungle, a world of emerald shadows and unseen dangers, their mission to reach a remote village struck by a deadly fever. Dr. Emily Carter, her brow creased with concern, checked her compass. They were close, just a few more clicks. The dense canopy above them filtered the sunlight, turning the jungle floor into a mosaic of light and dark. The air buzzed with insects, a constant, irritating hum. Suddenly a twig snapped, the sound unnaturally loud in the stillness. Emily held up a hand, her breath catching in her throat. "Quiet," she whispered, her voice barely audible. The other medics froze, their eyes scanning the foliage. A low growl, barely perceptible, sent shivers down their spines. They were not alone. Gunfire erupted, shattering the silence. The medics hit the ground as bullets ripped through the foliage, shredding leaves and splintering branches. Panic surged through Emily, but she fought it down, her training kicking in. "Take cover!" she yelled, scrambling for the meager protection of a fallen log. Enemy soldiers, their faces camouflaged with mud and leaves, emerged from the jungle, firing their weapons. The medics were pinned down, their medical supplies scattered around them. One of the medics, a young man named David, cried out, clutching his leg. He had been hit. Emily knew they were outmatched and outgunned. They were sitting ducks. Her only hope was to call for help. Reaching for her radio, her fingers trembling, she sent out a desperate mayday, her voice tight with fear. "Mayday, mayday, this is Dr. Carter. We are under attack, I repeat, under attack. We need immediate evac." The transmission cut off abruptly as a bullet ripped through her radio. Hundreds of miles away, inside a dimly lit command center, a red light began to flash on a large digital map. The coordinates were clear. A medical team was in trouble, deep inside hostile territory. General Thomas "Hawk" Hawkins, a seasoned veteran with steely eyes and a jaw set in granite, slammed his fist on the table. "Get me eyes in the sky now," he barked, his voice echoing in the tense silence. Within minutes, the grainy images from a reconnaissance drone flickered to life on the screen. The drone, a silent predator soaring high above the dense jungle canopy, provided a chillingly clear picture of the situation unfolding below. The medical team was pinned down, their position compromised, their lives hanging by a thread. "We need to get our people out of there, and we need to do it now," General Hawkins said, his gaze fixed on the screen. "Prepare an extraction team. And deploy the Reapers." The Reapers, unmanned aerial vehicles armed and ready, awaiting his command. This was more than just a rescue operation. It was a chance to deliver a swift and decisive blow to the enemy. Operation Jungle Storm was a go. The whine of the Reaper drones was almost imperceptible, even in the stillness of the jungle. High above the canopy, they circled like birds of prey, their cameras relaying real-time intelligence to the command center. With pinpoint accuracy, the drones took out the enemy positions, their missiles surgically removing the threat to the stranded medics. On the ground, Sergeant Jake "Hawkeye" Carter, General Hawkins' own son, led his team through the undergrowth, their movements swift and silent. They reached the medics' position, their faces grim beneath their camouflage paint. The air was thick with the smell of cordite and fear. "We're getting you out of here, Doc," Jake said, scooping Emily's injured colleague into his arms. The team laid down, covering fire as they retreated through the jungle, the staccato bursts of their rifles echoing through the trees. They moved as one, a well-oiled machine of muscle and firepower, their training and their unity, their most potent weapons.